All right, so I want to say welcome to every one of you. We're excited to have you here today. Like we know, this is class three of our uh, Salesforce Flow Masterclass, and it has been very wonderful. The last two classes were a bit rudiment, but right now we are going into things that are yeah, I will not say they are complicated, but they are not usual. So please, I would like to pay attention and please ask question. I have decided because we have about 18 to 19 uh, slides on this for this class. I've decided to explain as much as possible. Please ask question. Don't wait until we get into um, until we are done with the class. I should ask questions so that you will not get confused. And like we have been saying over and again, please try as much as possible. When you are stuck, please watch the video. Some people are still confused. They are still asking us over and again on the WhatsApp group chat that we should share the recording. Let me reiterate again that the recording does not need to be shared because it has been shared already. And everyone on this call, if you have registered for this program, everyone on this program that have registered, they have access to the doc, and this is the doc, this is what it looks like. Okay, and if you want the recording for the class one, the recording is in this playlist. The recording for class two is in this playlist as well. Okay, after the class today, we put the recording for class three as well, so that everyone will have access to it. I will advise that you rewatch the video over and again if you are confused, then you asking us for questions. Because really one thing that I've come to realize, I don't know how if that's how everybody learn, but I've learned better when I discover things by myself than people just showing me around. I'm not saying that it's not good for someone to show you around. However, whatever is that you learn yourself, sometimes it sticks better. So I will advise that you watch the recording over and over again. And I think the recording or all the classes that we have had are pretty straightforward up till today anyway. But even I've tried as much as possible to make this class also very, very easy to understand. Okay, we are going to do everything together. Whatever it is that I've done before, I will repeat it so that everyone can be carried along. And if after you have watched the video, you still find it confusing or not getting some things, please reach out first to the whole group. It's better so that even anyone have learned what you are asking for, they can actually answer your question. But peradventure, anyone in the class is unable to actually answer the question, then I will step in and then try to answer the question as much as possible. So, and if you are interested in the Rev of as well, you can actually watch this playlist. All the classes that we had for the Rev Ops are here as well. Okay, so I haven't mentioned that. Um, the lecture note for today is here, so you can go into this lecture note as I'm sharing my screen right now. You also can be looking at it from your system if you want to, or you can decide to actually go with us live in the class as there. So the lecture note is already there, and everyone have access to it. So before I go on, any question, please? Any question? Okay,
Hi.
okay, please go ahead.
This is
Question?
regarding the last session flows. We used the auto launch flow. So I wanted to know if we could have used the fast field update also in that
Okay,
case.
we have not used auto launch. We have only done record trigger. Or if you
The
want to class,
record trigger,
yes,
actions and related.
yes. Yes, we could have
Yeah.
actually used that as well. We could have actually used fast record as well, but really because of some complication and because of simplicity. Okay, that was why I said we should stay with the one that we use because of simplicity, so that because sometimes the main reason I think I have said it before and I'll repeat it again. The main reason why we are not using fast one is because of the fact that the main reason why people usually use fast one is because of the fact that it runs faster than the other method. Okay, but there is apart from that, okay, there is no other advantage that the fast has over the normal way of doing it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any other question, please, before we move on? Okay, I guess there is no other question. Okay, so let us move on with the class. All right, so like I said, today the class today we are moving on to assignment elements and then variables. We have not have we worked with variables before? I don't think so. And then working with values. Okay. Variable, we are going to be using formulas, very straight forward formula. We are not doing something complicated right now. As time goes on, of course, we will move into things that are complicated. But for now, just for you to understand the basics, so we'll not do something complicated, something pretty straightforward. That's what we are going to be doing. And please, if I'm too fast, please slow me down. If you have any question, please let me know. Thank you. Okay, so our progression so far, the first class we did with something linear. Okay, why we do say linear, it means that there is no branches, there is no path. What we just did it, okay, we trigger, then the action. Okay, simple direct automation. When new account is created, follow up that should be created related to the account. That was basically what we did. Okay, then the last class that we had, okay, we deal with something evaluative. And why do you say it is evaluative? It's because it has the string path. Okay, if something happened, okay, and it meets this condition, that is why it should actually run. Okay, like when a lead is created, revenue decide the rating value. Okay, then the next one we are going to be doing today is something that we call stateful. Sometimes those of us that we didn't have coding background, when we hear things like stateful, we think that, oh, it's something that is just out of this world. Okay, so what does that mean? It's just in the flow you're going to be building, okay, or the flows that are going to be building is just about a trigger, then assign something, and then make it action it. Basically, that's what we are doing, okay? We are holding it at the state that it is, okay? Is in memory until we action it. So basically, that is what it is. So hold it, changes, and then calculate data temporarily prior to taking downstream action, okay? So the core objective of today is learn how flow holds and manipulate dynamic values in memory before those values are used or saved. Basically, that's what we are doing. So, uh, the remain learning objective for today is define a flow variable and state its operational purpose. Differentiate clearly between record fields and variables because there is a between record fields and variable. They might look alike, they might sound alike, okay, but variables are things that are in the flow, okay, they are not actually existing physically or so to speak in your object, okay? They are just variables that is existing within that flow. And outside of that flow, you can make use of it, okay? So explain the mechanics of the assignment elements and understand why variable staging precedes loop structure. And you look at it very well. We have not even touched loop at all, okay? It was deliberate. Okay, I want you to understand the basics before we move into loop. Okay, because if you have moved into loop from day one, many people have been lost in when we are trying to explain, maybe we have been lost, okay. But now that we have not moved into loops, okay, we are moving gradually. And that's why I believe that today's class is very, very important. And I want to say it again. I said it before. Please stop me if you think that you don't understand something and let me explain it to you. And peradventure, if you don't see, you can't ask question because or maybe you are in the office or you are on the move or things like that, please rewatch the video. Okay, that's why I'm trying to take as much time as possible to explain things right now, so that when you are rewatching the video, you will understand it much better. Okay, then the practical flow that I'm going to be doing, the skill that I'm going to be getting after this class is you're going to be able to create resources. You're able to create a number variable, you create a currency variable, and you're going to be able to create a test variable. And then you use assignment operators, and then you're able to combine decision outcomes with dynamic assignments and construct calculated dynamic expression or formula. All those we are going to be looking at them together. Okay. So, looking at this now, a slide, it's a PDF. Okay, so what's the variable and why do we need it? A variable is a named temporary container in memory. From our elementary mathematics, you understand when we say something is a variable. Okay, it's from the word vary, right? It's from the word vary. And vary means something that is not permanent, something that is not static, okay? Something that is temporary, right? So the container stays identical, but the stored value inside changes dynamically. And that's why we call it what? A variable from the word vary. Okay, so let's move on. And then Salesforce fields now compared to a variable. Okay, so Salesforce record fields stored permanently inside Salesforce database. I mentioned this earlier. Okay, belongs directly to a record, e.g., contact email, and then visible on page layout and in reports. However, flow variable, flow variable, okay, exists only while the flow is actively executing, created in the flow manager, and then is invisible on UI layout until explicitly saved to a field. Until you equate it or you assign it to a field, it does not saved or it's not saved. Okay, so golden rule is field equals to record data in database, variable equals to temporary data in flow memory. This is very important. It's only in the flow that it exists. You can't use it from outside the flow. Okay, so let's move on. Um, the assignment elements and its operation. Okay, the assignment element sets or alters the internal value stored within a variable. It sets, it equals to, or changes the value stored within a variable. Okay, so don't let me explain this. Let me just move on because of our time. We are going to explain it while we are inside the flow. All right. So now that we have understood what a variable is, how we have differentiated it from the record fields, okay, and how we can make use of them. Can we go on hands on now, or before we go any question, please? Anthony?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Let's move on then. All right. So if you we don't have your, if you don't, okay. Essay. Have I, am I pronouncing your name very well? Please, you have a question?
I have a very quick question, and it's on the difference between variable and record field, right?
Okay.
Can you
Please
hear
go
me?
ahead. Yes, I can hear you. Please, you can a
Okay,
bit
so my
speak louder?
question is okay. So my question is the values that are stored in a variable, are they not gotten
Yes.
from a record?
Um, they can be gotten from a record, but in some cases they are actually created inside inside the flow itself. So you see it now in action. When we create a variable, we can actually assign the value to the variable ourselves. Okay, so in most cases, values are gotten from the flow itself, not from the record. So it is the flow, it is the variable that is the flow that is actually feeding. That's what we usually do. That is feeding the uh the the record feeds, not the other way around. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Yes.
see it in action when we start to.
Yes, you see it in action when we start implementing. Any other question, please? Another question? Okay. I guess that there is no question. So since there's no question, let us move on. And another thing I also noticed, I would like to say again, is that many people have not subscribed to our video, our channel. Please subscribe to our channel. That's where you can actually encourage us to keep on moving. Okay, so having mentioned that, we can now create a flow. Let's create a flow, clicking new flow. And of course, we are still within the record trigger flow. Don't forget that. Um, as time goes on, if we have the opportunity and if people are still ready to learn, we can still go into screen flow, but let's still stay with record triggered flow. So click on record trigger flow. And let us now go back to our requirement. Our requirement says that when a contact is created, when a contact is created, initialize a flow variable, loyalty points, with a starting value of 100. Let's say I think this particular requirement is answering your question. Okay. When a contact is created, initialize a flow variable loyalty points with a starting value of 100. But I want us to expand this requirement. I don't just want us to store the store the value in memory alone. I want us to see the value in action in our UI. Okay, so the question is, how do we do that? We are talking about contacts, right? So that means, what that means is that we need to go into our contact objects. If we want to store that value, then we need to represent it with a field, right? So go to setup like this. If you are following along, please do so. If you can't follow along, please, when you're watching the video, know that you need to create a field. So, sorry, you want to do that. Then to do this and edit the objects. That's the fastest way to go. So click on fields and relationship. I just create a new field. If you look at it very well, and I want to ask you, so now that we are actually, if you see something like this, I want to create a field. So the data type for this particular field I want to use to represent this value What should it be? What should be the data type? Anybody?
I,
The
I
answer
think number.
number. The answer is even on this on the screen, number. So
Wait.
the data type should actually be number, right? Okay, so let's move on. So let's create a number variable. I mean a number field, please. Sorry, not variable. A number field. Click on next. And then let's call it loyalty. We call it loyalty point. Let's call it loyalty. Okay, and then click on next. Make it visible for everybody. But when you're in a live off, don't do this face. Okay, and then let's save it. Right. Now we have saved, I mean, we have created a field called loyalty and the number field, right? So let us now go into our flow again. So now that we have created something, we need to actually refresh this so that the field that we created can actually be synced into the flow. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so click on record trigger flow again. And remember, we are doing contacts, right? So say contacts. Okay, so someone is asking questions that can we use fast field or can we use action and related records? I always say that use action related record. The only reason why you can use fast field is already here. Can you see they already written it here that update fields on record that triggers the flow to run. You can only use it on the record that trigger the flow to run. You can't use another one. Okay. And then this high performance flow runs before record is saved to the database. So the only reason why you need to use fast field updates over action and related fields is because you want a fast uh, or running flow. Okay, you want it to run so fast. So it will go to run before the record is saved. Okay, so that's the only advantage that it has over the this particular one. Okay, any other thing, this is much more robust and can actually give you more options. Okay, so that's why I always advise that people default to action and related records,
Okay.
except when it is explicitly needed for you to actually use fast read updates. Okay, so like I said, use only action and related records. That's what we want to use. Okay, and should we use a condition? We can use a condition. We cannot, might not use a condition, but I will always want to give you the best practice. So let us use a condition. Let's go. You see, when a contact is created, initialize a flow variable loyalty point with a starting value of 100. I don't think there's a need for a condition. Let's move on. All right. So now we are here. Remember, we want to actually do a loyalty point, right? So you can copy this from your end and let us create a variable now. So we want to create a variable. You will see a, a button on your left hand side like this. Click on it and it's going to give you the toolbox. Okay, the toolbox, and inside the toolbox you see manager, and then inside manager you see a button that says new resource. So click on new resource. Okay, now I want to create a new resource, a new variable, right? Because you can create so many things. You can create a variable, you can create a constant, you can create a formula, a test template, a stage. Okay, but in this case you want to create a variable, right? So click on variable. I have created, you have clicked on variable, copy and paste what you copied. Paste what you copied earlier, which is loyalty points. If you want to see it, I copy it from here. All right. So, description. and just put the name of the API, of the variable itself, then data type. Remember, it should what? It should be number data type, right? So number. All right. And since it is a number, there is no need for a decimal place, right? So then let us click on done. Now we have created our new resource, right? We have created our new resource. Any questions so far? Okay, now we say that
Oh,
when you contact, okay, please, someone ask a question.
yeah, I wanted to ask, what is the purpose of the new resource? Maybe I'm a bit lost on it.
Okay, did you join us from the beginning?
Not really.
Okay, so maybe that's why. That's why. Okay, so basically, what we are saying, we before you joined us, we have talked about today. Our focus is on assignment elements, variables, and working with the values inside the variable. Okay, so that's our topic for today. Because of time, I don't want to go back. Please, can you please watch the videos that will not go back into all the things that we have discussed about, please. But you can still pick it up as we are moving ahead, please. Thank you so much. All right, so having mentioned that, now that we have created our our variable, which is loyalty points, we said we should start it with a starting value of 100, right? So we can actually do this. We have done that inside the. We can do this inside this loyalty points. Okay, we can say the delivered value is 100. Okay, but if we say delivery is 100, everything that is going to be bringing is going to be 100. We can do it here. I do it as 100, or we can decide to say, you know what, we don't want to do that. We want to use assignment. So you can now say assignment because we're using assignment anyway. So that's why we need to do that. Okay. So we say uh, initialize. I just say set loyalty points. Can call it anything, it does not matter. Set loyalty points. Okay. We are setting the loyalty points and we are saying that the uh triggering contacts, that is the record. Okay. Then loyalty, right? Remember loyalty that we created, okay, should be equals to
100.
loyalty point that we created earlier.
Mhm.
Okay. Or for you not to get confused, I don't want to set it here. Let me set it here. Let me set it in action. Let us do this. Let's do this because of time. Because of, I don't want to get you confused. Let's do this. Let's say loyalty points. Let's say the assignment first because that might be a bit difficult for you. Let's do this. Say the loyalty points, okay, should be equals to 100. Let's do that first. This is much straightforward. Anybody getting confused?
No.
Andalin?
No. Someone's hand is up. Essay, do you have a
Essay,
question?
you have a question?
I do actually. I'm not confused. I'm okay. I just have a question based on the variable you just created. So my question is
Okay,
based off, is it possible to have a global variable, one that
of
one could
course.
reference when you're creating other flows so that you don't have to, for example, if you needed to create this loyalty, you needed this loyalty point in another flow, right?
In
Could you
another flow,
utilize? Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm
Or in
listening.
every flow you are creating, would you have to then create a variable? You know how we were able to pick fields, right? As long as the field is
Mm,
existing in Salesforce, you can always reference it in
mm,
every flow. If
mm,
you wanted, for example, to use loyalty points in another flow, is it
mm.
something that you could have maybe somewhere and you could always reference, or you would have to create that variable in each and every flow you're
Okay,
creating?
that's a very good question, and we have not talked about subflows. Okay, if it is if it is in subflows, you can actually do that. Does that make sense, Essay?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way,
So
right?
because
But
yes,
you are not
because
able
you
to
have to
create
yes, you can't because this particular variable that you are creating, okay, exists only in this flow. Okay, but if you are
mm,
referencing another flow, if you are referencing another flow, you can actually get some variables that you create in another flow, okay, in a new flow. Does that make sense? A flow that
yeah, I get
that
it.
you are referencing.
Okay.
All right. Another question, please, based on that. I mean, based on what we have done so far. Okay, I guess none. Okay, now that we have initialized our loyalty points, the variable that we created, we have initialized to be 100, right? Now, we can now say that let us make it this value that we are putting 100 now, let us actually set it in the UI, right? So that we can actually see is 100 in the UI. So we have already done this already, so we can say update treatment record. It is something that we have done before, right? So say updates contacts. Okay, so use the contact record that triggered the flow. That's what we are going to be using. And I told you earlier, and I've said this before, that we should always put a condition. And if we are going to put a condition here now, which condition what should we use? It's something that we have done over and over again in this class, so I don't expect anybody not to know this. And Aline, what should we do?
What
What should we
conditions
do?
must be met?
I think that
That's under the filter condition. All
inside here.
met.
So all
All
conditions are
conditions
met,
are met.
okay, okay. And then what should we put here?
Now you
Record
choose
ID.
a variable that
No, not
triggering.
variable, not variable. It's not a variable. It's not a variable. What I told you that we should use something. We should always use
Contact
something.
ID.
That's very important. Yes, contact ID. Thank you so much. So it's I should be the ID because this is what is actually common. Okay, the contact
Okay.
ID should equal to what? What should it equal to?
Triggering contact ID.
Degree contact.
Fantastic, fantastic,
Contact.
fantastic, fantastic. Good, good, good. All right. So what does this mean?
Mhm.
What does it mean? Explain this to me as a layman. What does it mean?
I think from my understanding, it means because
Okay.
when you use the contact ID, the particular
Who's
ID,
speaking? Who is speaking?
so
Next,
Nathan.
Nathan. Okay, please go ahead.
So when you use the triggering contact, that means we have several contacts in every org. So the particular contact that the ID references the particular loyalty point. Like how do I explain it? Like the particular contact is not just for everybody. It's for a particular user. I think
Okay.
that's the best I can explain it.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Mm,
Nathan.
I can
Another person?
I can try.
Okay, please, Esther, go ahead.
So it means that when the flow is running, right? A
Yes.
record is created. That
Mm-hmm.
very record that was created, that's the one you want to update. So you are
Fantastic.
looking for the yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Esther. Thank you. That is just it, okay? It is the exact record that we just created about millisecond ago. And we mentioned this in our two classes. You actually created that particular record about splits, very, very split of a second ago it has been created. Okay. It is the same record that you want to actually update. And you see it happening immediately. Immediately. Nothing is stopping it. Okay. So now we created loyalty, right? Say loyalty. So loyalty should not be equals to what? Who knows? What should it be equals
The
to?
variable.
The
The
variable you created.
Okay, yes, the create we will create it. But before I will go on, I'm hearing something. Somebody has a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. So if you are only triggering contact that is created in millisecond ago, what about if you
Yes.
want to update the one that was created maybe a few minutes ago? Which
Okay.
one do you select?
Okay, fantastic. Now, if you are that was created few minutes ago, remember that our entry position says that a contact is created. We are not updating. So we want it to actually update all any contact. So you have to actually uh pick this. A record is created or updated. And it will not just happen, okay, for the updated. Okay. Something has to happen in the UI or through API, no matter what. It does not have to be in the UI. It can be through API. That something changed in that particular record. That is why our loyalty point will become 100. Does that make sense? Or I'm speaking above your head. Efe, please talk to me.
Oh,
You're the one that asked the question.
yeah,
I mean, oh, Mojisola, sorry, Mojisola. They might
yeah.
speak. Does that make sense? Or want me to explain that again?
You can give it the last one. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So, Mojisola, please don't mute your mic. Stay with me here. So you said that, okay, you like I said earlier, I said it is the same contact that was created uh in a split of a second ago, right? That's what we want to actually try to update also. You're not asking me, you have created a contact few minutes ago or few hours ago or few days ago. Okay, how do we update, how do we ensure that the loyalty point for that particular record actually get updated as well? And I'm telling you that if you want to do that, your configuration trigger should not be a record is created. It should be a record is created or updated. That's the first thing that you must do. Then, secondly, the one that you created 5 years ago, or 3 days ago, or 2 days ago, whatever, or even a minute ago, okay, for the updates, okay, it will not just happen except somebody go into the UI and update that particular record, or something happen through API. It can be uh, API from Salesforce. It can be outside API, does not matter. Something happened through the API, and that particular record was updated. That is the only way it can get updated. The loyalty point can become 100. Does that make sense now,
Yeah,
Muchila?
yeah, very much. I will just say it again that the first thing is that I must select whether it's created or updated. That would be the first thing
Yes,
trigger, and
yes,
then if the update doesn't happen automatically, something must happen to that record.
yes,
It's either updated through
yes,
API or that manually
yes,
someone open it and update it. Then it will now get up.
yes,
Thank you.
yes. You're welcome, Muchila. Essay, is your hand still up, or it was something that you did earlier?
It's up actually. Sorry, there's a lot of
Okay.
questions today.
Okay. We have spent almost okay, no problem, it's fine. I think
Yeah.
it's what it's please go ahead.
Yeah. So my question is again based on Mojishala's earlier question, right?
Okay,
I
please.
think I'm just thinking aloud that
Mm-hmm.
if a scenario, one is trying to solve a scenario where you intend to update records that are already existing inside Salesforce, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would it not start from the type of flow you are building? So right now we are only having that conversation about something happening to the record, either manually or via API,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's a record trigger flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't there other types of flow where there shouldn't be any action on the record for it to get updated?
Yes. Yes. If you are looking at you don't want to actually do you don't want to have any interference with the flow, you just want it to happen, you have two options. You have scheduled trigger flow and you have auto launch flow. Are you with me? You
Yeah,
have scheduled trigger flow or you have auto launch flow. Let us forget
yeah,
about auto launch. Let's base our situation on scheduled trigger flow. Okay. So what you are saying, if you have a scheduled trigger flow, is that at a at a particular point in time, okay, all the record that meet the condition. It should not be all the record in your
Should get,
organization. Okay. If
yeah.
you do all the record in your organization and you have 1 billion record, you are going to have error. Okay.
Yeah.
So all the records that meet the condition should be updated. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
is the only way why there is no need for anything happening through API or anything happening through the UI. You can even see the name of the two flows that we are talking about right now. Record triggered flow. What does that mean? Something happens to the record. That is why the flow is running. Then the second one I just mentioned right now, scheduled trigger flow. That is, it meets the condition of a particular time. That is why the flow is running. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
I
Thank you
say,
so much.
you're welcome. I think we can move on. All right, so we are now saying update contact. And then we're now saying that the loyalty field should be equals to our loyalty points. And remember, here we have set our loyalty point to be what? To be 100. If we set it to be 1,000, okay, that's the value that this will carry, 1,000. Okay, but let us stay with our 100 since that's what our requirement says, 100. And then let us save this. Let's call this let's say the way it is. Let's say uh let's call it set loyalty points. Say set loyalty points on contact creation. You can call it anything, does not matter. Okay. And I've noticed that many people don't actually attempt our assignments. And you want to learn, you have to actually attempt something. Okay, so now before we activate, always debug your flow. Now let us go into the record. Um, let's do what is speaking today. Let's do essay. That's our, and then you can see that essay, for essay, the loyalty is blank, right? Let's save it and go to details. You can see that loyalty is blank right now. Okay, so let's use essay to test it. Go into the flow itself, debug, and then search for contacts, essay, and let us run it. Okay, it's working as expected. From here you can see sales the details. Essay, the data point now be what? 100, right? Well, then let us take it as this. Let us activate our flow. Let us now go and create another record. Let's call it Mojisola. Mojisola. And then you can see that the loyalty points at this point is blank. The loyalty point at this point is blank. Let's save it. When we save it, our flow should trigger. And loyalty points should be 100.
Good.
Yeah. I see it.
Okay.
Loyalty
Yes.
points 100. Any other person that have tried this? Andalin, you have anything?
No. I'm just clapping that flow worked.
Okay, fantastic. I'm excited that your flow is working. I'm excited. Okay. Okay, Henry also the work. Fantastic. Janet as Lillian, Linda, Lazy, Mojisola, Monique, Nathan. Okay, Nathan also said it's work. Uh, okay, fantastic. Now, Smita has not spoken today. Smita, I've not heard your voice. Okay,
Yes,
this
I've
is
tried.
working. Okay,
It
all right.
works.
It worked. Fantastic. Good, good. All right. So now I've noticed something. You, my people, my friends, you don't usually do um your assignments. And I want to challenge you right now. Now let us do this now. And now you are going to do this yourself. I'll give you 5 minutes. When an opportunity is created, calculate the promotional discount value equals to 10% of the opportunity amount. Now, do you want to do it as I should allow you to do it right now while we're on the call? I should do it for you. Nobody's talking.
No, we can look at
You
it
can,
ourselves then. We can look
yeah,
at it
we can
ourselves
try.
later. I think that's the best way to learn.
I'm talking about right now, as in right now, not after, right now.
Oh,
Yes, that's
You
okay.
okay.
want us to do it, or you want us to walk you through how we will do it?
Okay, I think walking me through how you do it is fine because if I say you should do it, we have back and forth and we don't have time. Okay, now I want three people to tell me how you are going to do it. Let me just tell you what I'm going to do
I
first.
can start.
This okay, don't let me say anything. Just I want you to think yourself. Yeah, who want to start?
Me.
Who is me?
I say.
I see. Okay, let's go ahead.
Mm. So we're gonna be starting with the opportunity object, right? In
Okay,
order to start,
good.
you have to create a field.
Okay,
That field will be called promotional discount. It's gonna
fantastic.
be data type number.
No, you see what you're
Mm.
going to do is even on this place. Can you see it?
Let me see. Okay, yeah, data type currency. Yes.
Currency. Okay.
Yeah,
Currency.
data type currency.
Okay.
Um, Still record triggered flow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the flow is gonna run once a new opportunity is created.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Tell me about the variable.
the variable, I think you've already given the name.
Just tell me what
I
you're
would
going to do.
assign. I would create a variable that is equal to this calculation syntax that you have already put in there. So which is the record amount, and the record amount is calling in the opportunity amount. So the
Okay.
record here is the opportunity amount, and we're
Okay.
multiplying the opportunity amount by 10%. So
So how are you going to do the
automatically,
multiplication?
formula,
Okay,
Formula.
formula. You're going to create a
yeah,
formula field. I mean, a
a
formula
formula, variable.
variable. Okay, good.
Yeah, I calculate formula variable, and then the formula is what I'll just copy there. So the record is
Okay.
the opportunity. Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
then I would then assign,
Okay.
I would then update the record, and the record I'm updating will be the one that was just created. So I would update the
Okay.
I would
I say
update
I've
the
tried.
discount amount
Let's
with,
laugh for
yeah.
AC like we usually say in Nigeria. Let's laugh for AC. You have tried. Okay, I want the man now. I want the man now. I want the man now. Okay, that's good, essay. That's a very good one. Please, man, don't fall my hand. Amara, I've not been hearing your voice. What's happening? Lloyds, where are you? Is that still on this call? Oh, Lloyds has gone out. Nathan, don't tell me that the men are scared.
I'm not scared, but I can't do it
Imagine.
right now.
Okay, Nathan said that he's not scared. Okay, all right. Okay, Emmanuel, Amara, what's happening today? Don't allow the ladies to take the day.
I'm scared though.
Sir, the men have taken time. Let's continue. All of them are
No,
I'm
I
scared.
wasn't following really. So
I understand.
I was in
I understand. I understand. Okay, no, fine, it's fine, it's fine. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. But essay really tried. Thank you so much,
yes.
essay, for that. Really appreciate. Okay, so like essay tutored us, let us actually create a field from on opportunity that says promotion. Okay. So, like we said, it's going to be currency data type. Let's call it promotional amounts. Okay, move on to the next one. In live work, don't do this, please. Don't do this in live work. I've said it over and over again. You make a field available for every all the profile in your system. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's go to flow. Let's do new flow. Now our time is fast spent again because we didn't start on time. Okay, so opportunity, right? SCR has already given us what to do. Opportunity, then let us create a variable. We are going to be creating two variables. The first one, let's call it uh, discount amount. It's going to be a currency. It's okay. This currency can have decimal places. Done. And then let us do another resource. This will not be formula. Let's say, please go ahead. Discount amount formula. You have a question, please go ahead because of our time.
Yeah, I just had a quick question on when you created the first
Please.
discount variable,
Yes,
the currency one, there was a
yes.
checkbox by the side saying allow multiple values. What does
No,
that
we are
mean?
not, no, don't worry about that. Let us bring
Okay.
that now. But don't worry about it, does not concern this particular class. If I go into that, we are going to take time again and our time is fast spent. But please don't worry about it for now. We are still going to talk about such, okay? Thank you so much for your understanding. All right, so data type should be currency. Okay, it can be decimal places. This is what we have not talked about in this class, and now I'm slowing it down. Now, what we want to multiply? See what our question our is saying. Say that we should multiply the record amount what by 10%. So what do we need to do? Say triggering opportunity amounts. And how do we get multiplication? Anybody? How do we get multiplication?
Keyboard shortcut.
No, don't let us write it. I want us to get it from here. How do we get it from here?
Operator.
Operator. Thank you so much. Operator. Multiply by what? 0
10.
0.10. Okay. Let's check the syntax. It's valid. Done. Okay, now that we have done this, what we need to do right now is the assignments. Assignments. Assign or set discount amount or yeah, discount amount is the name. Okay, so the discount amount Okay, discount amount should be equals to what? Should be equals to the formula. Discount amount formula. Does that make sense? Or is it magical? Anybody confused about this? Nobody. Okay, good. All right, so nobody's confused. Let's move on. Then the next one for us to do is for us to now update triggering record and cancel update opportunity. Okay, and then is the use the opportunity record that trigger the flow. And like I always say, always put a check here, very important. The condition, very, very important. Like not run for all the record in your system. Right now, if it's just test record, test system like this is good. I mean, it's okay. It's not good. It's just that it's permissible. But if it is not, please don't do it. Okay, so we are saying that the promotion amount should be equals to our discount amount. That's what we did earlier. Our discount amount. So let us set this. Let us call it calculate promotional discounts. Calculate promotional discounts on opportunity creation. You can call it any name, does not matter. Okay, save it. And now let us try to update all this. Let's see, I have any say I'm doing this. Just opportunity. Okay. So it's run. It's run as expected. Mm, the promotional amount is this. Smita, please let us finish testing this. We ask a question later. Please, because of our time. Please, because of our time. We test this and then I will answer your question, please. So let us say new opportunity. Rather me call it your name, Smita opportunity. I will not forget. Is that opportunity? Okay. The amount must be always be there. Let's say the amount is $1 million. It's $1 million. The close date is required, and then our stage is also required. What's required again? Nothing. Okay, and you can see that our promotional amount is empty right now, right? So after we have run this, our we have activated our flow, right? Yes. After we save this now, our flow should run, and then we should actually have our promotional amount to be $100,000. So let us save it, and then go to details. You can now see that our this is now our promotional amount is now $100,000. Okay, good. Our flow is working. Whose flow is not working? All right. So Smitha, please go with your question. Smitha.
Yes, I just saw that update opportunity. You selected contact ID.
Okay, in the flow, right?
Yes,
Is it here?
yes.
Okay, so it's just contact ID equals opportunity. It's just the triggering record. And see like this, triggering opportunity ID, which is contact ID, right? Just move downward, you see a contact ID. Basically, that's what we did. And
Should
again,
it be opportunity ID or?
oh, all right, did I use contact ID? Where is it? Where am I?
Yeah, I use contact ID.
I use contact ID. Can you imagine? It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be contact ID. It's supposed to be opportunity ID. Okay, that's what she was saying. Okay, I understand now. Sorry, it's supposed to be opportunity ID. But definitely it's going to be the same thing since it's still the same one. Okay, it should actually be opportunity ID, not contact ID, please. Sorry, I understand your question now. Should be opportunity ID, not contact ID, please. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Just because I was trying to rush. I will just add opportunity contact. That was what happened. Okay, so it should actually be opportunity ID equals to opportunity ID. So let's save this again. But you can see that our flow work all the same anyway, because the contact ID will always be the same. All right, so please go ahead, Mana.
Hi, I have a question about the formula. I think the formula should be the whole amount minus 10% of the amount,
Minus.
minus the 10% of the amount.
No, it should not be minus the 10%. The discount, our question says that the promotional discount should be 10% of the opportunity amount, not minus.
Okay.
Yes, of the equals 10% of the opportunity amount. So that means that our formula here is correct. All right, so thank you so much, Mana. Any other question before we call it a day? Yes, before we call it a day, please. I've said it over and again that many people don't do the hands-on. So maybe what you want me to be doing is I should not be giving you the uh assignments anymore, but
No,
there's
you
no
can go
point.
ahead, though. We'll do it.
You can be giving those that
Essay,
would
you are saying that I should go ahead. You have not been doing your assignments. I've not seen you doing your assignments. Essay,
I
essay
tried to do my own yesterday, but I had an issue.
issue. Okay, and I've said, Mojitola, please, if you have issue, please, I'll reach out to the group page. Okay, let me stop recording. There's no point recording this. Okay, let me just stop recording, please, because and then we can continue with our conversation.